ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking back hits. Subscribe for more things.
Hey, if you want me to wipe that off for you, I can. Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the San Diego Comic-Con 2018 exclusive Marvel Legends: The Defenders box set. I gotta give a big thanks to Hasbro for making this review possible. If you're trying to pick up your Hasbro toys, you can pick them up at HasbroToyShop.com, link in the description below. And I do like the exclusive packaging that we're getting right over here. This does look pretty neat. It does look like a New York subway car. I think that's very cool how it's got the chrome finish going on, along with some dirt and everything. Very neat looking packaging. You can see the silhouettes of the Defenders right there. It says West 50th Street. One way to get there is taking the C train. Yep, I do have a map right here in my garage. I checked it out. Anyway, on the side right there, you can see it says no alcohol fighting, pushing and shoving, or loitering, and you get a no hand symbol. You get a little shout out to the hand right over there on that side. As we turn this around, the back looks the same. We get a little warning label. Now on this side, pretty much looks the same. I like this whole Defenders Rail Authority, a little homage to the MTA. And then on the very bottom right there, and not a whole lot of detail going on. And then you can take this slip cover off. You do have to cut the tape on each side of it. And then looking at the back of the packaging right here, you can see it says Defenders. And then we get a Defenders read-up over here. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it now. And then on this side, it's the same as it was before, but on the front you can see all the figures inside of this nice window. So if you want to have this displayed like that, that does look pretty cool. Just to zoom in really quick, because I do think it's worth looking at all the figures inside. You can see the railway map and everything right there. You can see Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and then there's Iron Fist all by himself over there. So I think that is pretty nifty. On the top of the packaging, we do get some slits right here, so you can let some light in, and not much more going on at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack these things open. And here's the Netflix Defenders exclusive box set out of the packaging. Not looking too bad. This is not a bad assortment of figures, but I gotta say, compared to other Marvel Legends San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, this one falls a little short for me. I don't know. I just think some of the exclusives that we've gotten in the past were just a little bit more impressive and had larger pieces involved, and this is kind of a small set. I mean, the largest figure that we're looking at over here is the Luke Cage, and he would have been considered small compared to last year's exclusive set. So yeah, we're not getting a whole ton of plastic over here, but I do like the figures on their own for the most part. I don't have major complaints with them. I actually had a good time taking photos of these. So there's a lot to look at over here, so let's get a closer look. So first off, I wanted to look at the Jessica Jones figure, which I like. It doesn't look too bad. Same face sculpt and everything as the retail version. One slight difference between the two of them is I think they're using a bit more of a matted plastic for the hair compared to this. It looks a little bit more shiny, so I think that's kind of neat. Not a huge difference over there. And this one does not have the jacket where this one does. You can see that they do have different arms. We've seen these arms plenty of times before on our female figures. No double jointed elbows. The upper torso is the same. They've just used gray instead of black. So you can see that's all the same right up there. As far as the paint goes on the jeans, we get some nice paint detail, as well as we do have on the retail version. So, the boots and everything works out the same. We still get the peg holes at the bottom of the feet. Then looking at the back right there, get some more paint added. We get the Jessica Jones twins right there, not looking too bad. You can see there's a little bit of gapage right there. But yeah, there's not a whole lot of new with this figure. Then here's looking at the Daredevil figure, and I like the brand new Matt Murdock head sculpt. I think this is great. I'm very pleased with that. I think it looks just like Charlie Cox. I think they did a really good job with this. So yeah, that likeness looks dead on to me. I'm very pleased with that. I like that quite a bit. A little gripe I do have is that I wish his eyes were kind of whited out. I don't know. I wish they'd use like more white paint or something, but it doesn't look too bad. Looks like they have like a little bit of a grayish tone in his eyes, but I really like the stubble. The mouth looks pretty accurate and everything, so that's the only really new thing about this Matt Murdock figure is the head sculpt. The cane and the batons and everything is the same. The articulation is the same. The paint apps and everything are exactly the same as the retail release, so nothing really new there. But we also do get the Daredevil head sculpt with this figure, which actually didn't come out as clean as my retail version. As you can see, the line right here on the side of the mask, it's got a flesh tone to it. It just makes his lower jaw look a little bit whiter than this one. So it's the same sculpt, but it looks like this is a whiter head sculpt. So yeah, I prefer using this one right here. And then if you're curious, you can go ahead and pop on this Matt Murdock head onto a chameleon body. Looks like he has a bit of a short neck though, so you kind of want to half it on there. Pull it away from the peg a little bit. It looks a little better, yeah? So if you want to paint this up or do whatever you wanted to, that's pretty cool. So you can get your Matt Murdock attorney at law thing going right there. And just like the other Daredevil figure, for the accessory, we get the baton that can connect right there in the middle, so you could take that apart. So in case if you didn't have this figure already, now you know. Yeah, you get some weapon storage, which is pretty cool. Here's looking at the Iron Fist head sculpt, which is a brand new head sculpt as well, and I actually think this looks pretty good. I think it looks like Finn Jones, the actor playing Iron Fist, except for that super bushy mustache. I don't remember his mustache looking that big, or maybe it did look that big, but when I just think of Iron Fist, I don't remember the big old, 70s stash right there. But he did have his hobo look for a little bit. I think the eyes came out looking pretty good. I like the flesh tone. You even have some subtle wrinkles in the forehead. And I think the curly hair looks really nice. I think they did a really good job with that. A little bit of a black wash mixed in there with the blonde hair. So don't have too many complaints about that head sculpt. Just the mustache, But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. And as far as the rest of the body goes, this is the same as the Bruce Banner figure that we'd seen from Age of Ultron. I think that Bruce Banner was from a 3-pack. And then you can see that we have the left flat hand, which we've seen before with another Iron Fist figure as a comic Iron Fist. And then we have the glowing Iron Fist right here, made out of this translucent yellow plastic. And it looks pretty good. And if you want to pop this off and put on a regular hand, you can do that. This is from a comic Iron Fist. The flesh tone doesn't match, so that's a little unfortunate. I wish this figure came with interchangeable hands. That would have been pretty cool. He actually doesn't have any accessories at all, so that's a little bit of a bummer. But looking at the legs, we've seen this body before, same as the chameleon body mold. He does have his new sneakers, so that's something that's pretty new. I don't remember seeing these sneakers before on any other figure. So that looks pretty sweet, I don't know, what are these, Vans? They kind of look like, I don't know. But anyway, he still has peg holes at the bottom of his feet, so that's pretty cool. So I overall like this body mold, but the limited articulation frustrates me for an Iron Fist figure. Anyway, with this new head sculpt, you can get his head looking all the way up, which is really cool. So I do like that. You also get that forward and back shifting thing going. You can make his head look all the way down. You get side-to-side motion and a good amount of head pivot. Shoulders move outward only that far, which again for an Iron Fist is very disappointing. You can't move the arms all the way downward. They rotate 360. You can see this got chewed up just a little bit right there. You get a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and then both wrists turn side to side and hinge up and down. We get an ab crunch forward that much and ab crunch back, waist swivel, hips move outward only that far. That's frustrating for an Iron Fist. Are you serious? That's it. And then you can get him to kick forward only that much, so not even a full 90 degrees upward. So for an Iron Fist, that's disappointing. Move back a little bit right there. Upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, and then you get an ankle that moves down, barely moves up, and it does have ankle pivot. I wish it had side-to-side motion right here, but no. And then here's looking at Luke Cage, which is one of the figures that I've really been looking forward to from this set, and I think the head sculpt does look like Mike Coulter a bit, but again, like the Iron Fist, I feel like the facial hair is just a little bit too much. It just looks a little too bushy. I don't know. I feel like it's a little much with the facial hair, but other than that, it does look like Mike Coulter. I think they did a really good job with this. I really like the flesh tone too. It looks really good. Very pleased with that. A little bit of a line right there. I don't know how that got there. Probably from the packaging or something. Now, my biggest gripe with this Luke Cage figure is that I don't have my yellow shirt Luke Cage 2-pack with the Claire figure. I need to get that. So if I was going to have a variant of Luke Cage, I probably wouldn't have picked a red shirt version. I would have really liked to have had a hoodie Luke Cage. He wears hoodies a lot. So having him with a black hoodie would have been really cool. Or a black hoodie riddled with bullet holes. That would have been awesome. So I would have preferred that over the red tee. But there we go, we got a red t-shirt, no paint detail, but very nice wrinkles sculpted all the way through. I think the shoulders could have been a little bit wider too. I don't know, I just would have liked to see this come out just a little bit more. And then looking at the arms, they look pretty good. Good looking flesh tone. This hand pops out on me for some reason. I don't know why, but it's just very loose. Not so much on this side. And he does have a wristwatch right there, so that's pretty nifty. And then looking at the legs and the pants, looks pretty good. You can see the seams and stitching. We get similar kind of wear like we'd seen on Jessica Jones, so making it look like denim and everything. So that's pretty good. I like that. I really like these boots too. These look great. Nice laces sculpted on there, nice treads at the bottom of the feet. It does have the peg holes, and then you can see some more wrinkles on the back of the legs. There's Luke Cage butt pockets and Luke Cage back. And then going over the Luke Cage articulation, and yeah, don't you think the shoulders could have been just a little bit wider? I don't know. He's a big dude, man. So anyway, you can get his head to look all the way up, and you can get him to look all the way down. You get side-to-side movement right here, and just a tiny little bit of head wobbling. Shoulders move outward at 90 degrees, which is good, and you can move them all the way down. You could rotate 360. You get a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and then the wrist turn side to side and hinge up and down on both sides. You get an ab crunch forward, only that much. He'll ab crunch back more so. You get a waist swivel, hips move outward farther than the Iron Fist. You can kick forward that much, and that's higher than the Iron Fist figure. Not back so much. You get an upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and then the ankles can move down just a little bit. They move up just a tiny bit, and he does have ankle pivot. And then the last figure from this set, which is the one I've been looking forward to the most, and we got that lovely Colleen right there, looking not too bad, right? Not too bad. She looks like Jessica Henwick, which is pretty good, you know. I think they did a good job. They even have this little mole right over here, which I noticed. So that looks really nice. I like how the eyes and the eyebrows came out. Good looking flesh tone on her and everything. I do like the Colleen. So this is probably my favorite figure from this set. It is the only truly fully original figure, you know. The only way you can get this particular figure is through this SDCC exclusive set. So I think they did a good job with the hair. I like that a lot. Then I like her whole, you know, her hoodie and her jumper suit and all that stuff. It looks really good. I like the seams right over here. That's all sculpted on. That pattern looks good. She has some angel wings right here on the back. Nice seams and wrinkles over there. Nice Colleen that's right there, not looking too bad. Got these wrinkles. I think these arms are reused from like the leather jacket Jessica Jones. I could be wrong about that, but it does look strikingly familiar. And then these hands look pretty good. Nice wrinkles and wraps and everything right there. I think this is an Electra hand, if I'm not mistaken. And then looking at the lower torso, you can see the zipper going all the way up. And then we get some nice looking legs right here with some wrinkles and everything. And then she's got them hiked up for floods. You can see the calves right there, and the shoes look really good. She's the only one that has actual shoelaces that are painted on, so that's pretty cool. I mean, they're sculpted on there as well, but yeah, they're painted, and it looks like she has Adidas, right? Looks like Adidas right there. So very nice looking shoes. No treads at the bottom of her feet, but she does have the peg holes, so that's not too bad. And then aside from Daredevil, Colleen's the only other figure from this set that has an accessory. We've seen this sword before. It's been released with the Daredevil, or the Deadpool, not Daredevil, but Deadpool. You can see it even has a clip still. You can't store this anywhere on the figure, but you know, you could unsheath it, and we have the older katana right there. I wish they had gone with the newer one, but hey, you know, she comes with a sword, so that's good. And then to go over the Colleen articulation, you can make her head look all the way upward, which is great, and then you can make her head look all the way down, and there's quite a bit of space in here, you know. The gap looks a little bit weird, but not the worst. You can shift the head forward and back too, and it allows a ton of head pivoting right over there, and of course you get that side-to-side motion. You can get shoulders moving outward more than 90 degrees, which is great, and she can move her arms all the way down, rotate 360. Single jointed elbow, that doesn't really meet 90 degrees. You also get rotation at the elbows, and then the wrist turns side to side and hinge up and down. We also get a diaphragm joint that turns side to side. She'll crunch forward a little bit, back a little bit more so, and she has some diaphragm pivot. Hips move outward pretty far, and she can kick forward that much and not back at all. Upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, then the ankles can move down, and they will move up, and she does have that ankler pivot. Now measuring out the figures from this Defenders set, you can see that the tallest figure here is the Luke Cage, obviously. He's standing a little over 6.5 inches tall. Then the shortest figure being the Colleen figure, she's just a little over 6 inches tall. Then here's the Daredevil and Jessica Jones figures from this box set next to their previous retail releases right there, and you can see there's not a whole lot of new going on with these two figures. And aside from the Luke Cage and Claire 2-pack, we have all the Netflix Marvel Legends figures that are out there at the moment. So we have the 5 figures from this box set, plus the Bernthal Punisher, and we have Elektra. And for those of you that don't like that they added Colleen for the 5th character for this box set, who would you have preferred? I'm curious to know. Please leave a comment below. And then for your Defenders comparison, we have the SDCC exclusive Netflix Defenders box set next to the Amazon exclusive comic version of the Defenders, next to their respective characters, of course, looking pretty cool. We have the Daredevils, we have the Jessica Joneses, we have the Iron Fists, and we have the Luke Cages. And then here's a San Diego Comic-Con 2018 exclusive set next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Oh my god, I have friends! I'm not the only letdown! Woohoo! Whee! I gotta thank you guys for watching my video. I really do appreciate it. It really helps this YouTube channel out when you watch all the way from the beginning to the end. Also, it helps when you guys hit that like button if you like the video, and please leave a comment down below letting me know what you think of these figures. Let me know what you think of the review. And if you have not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. Oh, I've had some fun with these figures, I'm not gonna lie. I know I just called them a letdown a minute ago, but I did have a lot of fun posing them around. So there are some really good things about these figures. There's things that I really like a lot. I'm especially pleased with the Colleen figure. I really like it. The Iron Fist disappoints me, but I still kind of like the Iron Fist figure. The Luke Cage, I can't wait to get a Luke Cage with the yellow shirt on instead. I mean, it looks awesome, but I prefer my Luke Cage with the yellow shirt instead of a red shirt. And then the Jessica Jones is pretty nice, but I like the retail version better. And the Daredevil is cool having that extra head sculpt, but there's not a whole lot of different over there to make me really happy. I really think they could have gone with like the original Daredevil suit or something, or maybe done something a little bit different. But yeah, overall, as far as, you know, my future Netflix display shelf, I'm probably not going to use the majority of these. I prefer the Jessica Jones with the leather jacket. I prefer a Luke Cage with the yellow shirt on. The Daredevil figure ended up looking better for my retail version than this version right over here. So I guess just the Iron Fist and the Colleen are the two I'm going to use. And then I heard there's going to be another Iron Fist coming out with more accessories. So I'm giving this a SUD rating of meh. And again, I'd like to know what you guys think, so please leave your comment down below. If you'd like to see a photo gallery of images, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com and ShartimusPrime.net. And if you want to follow me on the social media, you can follow me over on the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. Links to everything I talked about in the description below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!